Thanks, everyone. Continue today with Coach Blashill. Start off with Trevor Thompson.
Blash, before we get to the game today, can you just give a thought on Ken Holland as the Hall of Fame induction comes on the weekend, just what he's meant to you and just reflect on what he's meant to the organization from your standpoint?
Let me start personally. He's had a huge impact on my life, huge impact on me as a coach. I've been with this organization a long time now, and for a number of those years, Ken was the general manager. He's an outstanding human being. I think he's an outstanding manager because he's smart. He knows. He's patient. He makes. He takes his time to make the right decisions and doesn't panic. I think he's an outstanding general manager, and I think he's an outstanding person. He had he was a great person to bounce things off of when he was my boss, like I have now with Steve. Just guys that have been through lots, and that experience is critical. And so, had an opportunity to learn a ton from him. Obviously gave me my chances in this league as an assistant coach, gave me my chance in the American League as a head coach, and then again here in Detroit as a head coach. So certainly extremely well-deserved to be going in the Hall of Fame. The impact he had on Detroit in the Red Wings is as big an impact as anybody can have if you go back look at the success that we had during the time he was the general manager. So can't say enough good things about Ken Holland.
As far as tonight's game goes, Sam Gagner gets his 900th game against the team that brought him into the league. What's he meant since he's been here to the Wings?
Yeah, it's 900 at that age is pretty awesome. I think he's 32 years old and he's already got to 900 games. Came in the league right away, and I think it's been not interesting maybe is the right word, but awesome to watch him continue to grow his game. And I think he came in the league as a highly touted offensive player who was very, very good offensively, and I think now he's really rounded his game out. Took a lot of pride in his defensive play, has become a real reliable player for us in Detroit, kills penalties for us, is out there 5-on-6, has been on lines that I've used against the other team's best because he does it the right way. He's smart and I can trust him. And so he's really, I think, kind of changed his game over time and maybe improved his game over time, become a really, really good two-way player, and he's got a real calmness to him. But he's also, he is accountable to himself, and I think he's a great example for young players of how to be accountable to yourself.
When it comes to Draisaitl and McDavid, to borrow from an old phrase, you can't stop them, you can only hope to contain them. How do you try to contain those two guys with what they're displaying so far to start this season?
They're awesome, man. I mean, they're awesome. I've had a chance to watch them, obviously, in the National Hockey League. I've had a chance to coach against them in the World Championships, both guys. They continue to get better in their game, and I think you see it with the record that Edmonton has right now, that they've continued to work to grow as players, and they've been great talents, and now they're really great players. When they have the puck, it's hard. If they have the puck the whole night, it's a hard night, and so we have to try to do everything we can to try to have the puck more and try to make them defend more. And not saying that they don't defend well, but then they don't at least have the puck. Again, if they have the puck the whole night, they're hard people to contain, much less stop. So do everything we can to try to have the puck as much as we can.
Max Boltman.
You talked in the past about, especially young, highly skilled players coming into the league, learning what it takes to kind of win. Are you seeing that with the start that they've gotten out to this year at Edmonton?
Yeah, and it's a good example of how hard it is. Most of the teams that have won Stanley Cups in the last 10 years, if you really look at it, they've got experienced groups, and they've been through trials and tribulations, and they've learned to become really, really good two-way players. When you're a highly, highly skilled player coming to the league, you didn't have to be a two-way player at whatever level you played at because you were so much better than everybody else, just the reality of it. And so, yeah, I think learning that how to become that is extremely important to winning, and it takes time and maturity and willingness to do so. And from what I understand, both those guys in particular are very willing. They want to win, and they've kept working to get better and better and better. And you can see it now with where they're at with their record.
I don't know if this is the plan for this, but in the past, I think Larkin's line has gotten a Lucas potentially going up against those two guys? Like, do you think he's prepared for the challenges that can pose?
If Lark's line's out against that line, I have no worries that in any three of those players, Bert, Larks, or Raymond, I think they are all prepared for that challenge. Lucas is young, but he's a very, very, very good two-way player, smart. So, listen, no matter who's out against him, it's a challenge. And I think you have one line against him the whole time is another challenge because of how much they play, and at times they have really long shifts. And it's, we've been in this building where they've gone through three of our lines, and it's just the reality of it. So your whole team has to be ready to play against them, but certainly I have confidence in Lucas.
And then real quick, Stetcher.
Yeah, Stetcher's going to see a specialist today, and we'll see where it goes. I hope to have more information in the next couple of days. Yep.
Nick Katsanika.
I want to follow up. You said you've seen them get better. I assume that you probably mean two-way play, but are there little areas where that shows up that, like, a guy like me might not notice with those two guys?
I think just both of them in terms of their being better. Yeah, two-way player, and I would say that's stopping on the puck, being on the D side of the puck, willingness to manage the puck. You take, make tons of plays, but also not be careless with it. Their effort in defensively. I think those two types of players, whichever guys in the middle when they come in their zone, are always going to be guys that kind of hunt the puck a little bit and get it and get out of the zone. So at times, they're not necessarily in perfect defense position, but they're smart enough to know how to get it. So it's just a matter of understanding to win. You have to play great D. And I think that's a maturation process, and I think it's a mentality more than anything else. And it's just that understanding that in order to win at the highest level, you have to play great D, no matter how good you are offensively. And I think you can see it in their game. And I've seen them grow over the last couple of years, and certainly see it in their game right now, and that's why their record's where it's at.
Daniela Bruce.
Coach, we were kind of sitting in the room before you got in here just talking about some of the great plays that we've seen McDavid and Draisaitl make just on their own. When you're talking to your D-corps, how do you tell them to defend these guys when they have the puck?
I think again, it's like anybody else. I mean, I think any coach would tell you, try to take time and space away. Try not to get caught in situations where they have tons of it. It's easier said than done. You have to maintain your defensive position. You probably might need help at times. So you want to have some layers to your defense that way. They're going to make lots of plays with the puck, so make sure you have stick on puck. I think sometimes you go into situations, if the puck does the damage, so if your stick's not on the ice and right on their puck, they're going to, they're like Pavel and Z where they could have multiple guys on them. If you don't have stick on puck, they're going to find a way to make that play. So you got to make sure you have stick on puck for sure.
That's all for us this morning. Thanks, everyone. Thanks, Blashill.